Welcome to today's lesson in our next lesson about modal verbs. And today we're looking at the modal verb could. Could is a little bit more difficult of a modal verb because it has many potential meanings. So we're just going to take a quick look at some of the different meanings of could. So the first way that we use could is for a polite request. We use could for a polite request. Let me give you an example of that. An example is could you give me a glass of water? So this is a request, so it's going to have a question mark here at the end. You can see that question mark here at the end because it's a request. Could you give me a glass of water? So that's a polite request, a nice way to say something. The next meaning of could that we're going to take a look at is for past ability. So an ability, but in the past. An ability is something like swim. I can swim in the present. And then in the past, it would be I could swim. So maybe an example of this is going to be when my grandmother was young. When my grandmother was young, she could dance very well. So when my grandmother was young, she could dance very well. So this could is a past ability. Now let's take a look at the next one. We can use could for suggestion. So for suggestion, we use could. For example, if you tell me that you're having car troubles, or if your car isn't working, I could say, you could buy a new car. You could buy a new car. So this is a suggestion. You could buy a new car. It's a nice way to say a suggestion. It's not you should. I'm saying you could. It's kind of a possibility. So it's a nice way to say a suggestion. The next one that I'm going to take a look at is conditional. Now, conditional is most of my students will use would with a conditional, but you can also use could with your conditionals. Let me give you an example. If I had gotten home earlier, I could have made dinner. Now I use could here instead of would because it's a possibility. I'm not saying that I definitely 100% would have made dinner, but it would have been a possibility. If I had gotten home earlier, I could have made dinner. Now now we're looking at just the straight possibility for could. So I could say Paul isn't home yet. He could still be working. So this is a possibility. He could still be working. He could also be at the gym. He could also be at the grocery store, but he could still be working. So this is a possibility. So we use could again for polite requests. So a polite request when you want to sound polite. For a past ability, the past ability I always like to talk about when somebody's swimming. So a past ability, she could swim when she was younger. A suggestion, you could buy a new car, but it would be expensive. So a suggestion. A conditional. Conditionals are always with your if statements. So you can use conditionals with your if statements. You can use could or would, but they have different meanings. And then Paul isn't home yet. He could still be at work. So this is a possibility. So it's a percentage. This is a percentage chance. Yes, we could say there's 20% chance that he's at work, a 20% chance that he's at the grocery store, a 20% chance that he's at the gym. So these are the normal places where Paul goes, and there's pretty even percentage chance that he could be at any of these places, the gym, work, or the grocery store. I hope that helps you understand could a little bit better, and look forward to our next lesson. Our next lesson is going to be about would. So we're going to take a look at another modal verb, would. Thanks and have a nice day.